Good evening. Welcome. My name is Kwabena. I want to share with you today. Don't master the unnecessaries. Don't master the unnecessaries. Don't master the unnecessaries. Everyone, I believe, in this life has mastered something. We master something with our life. Whether we master the good things or we master the bad things. Whether we master the things that will take us to the future that we want, or we master the things that will not help us to get to the future that we want. But every one of us has mastered something. When you see the people who are successful, they have mastered something. If you see somebody who is unsuccessful, he has also mastered something with his life. The only thing is that he mastered or she mastered the things that were not necessary for him to succeed or for her to succeed. So every one of us, we are mastering something every day with our lives. The most important thing is, what are we mastering? What is it that you are becoming the best at? So I share with you briefly what I call don't master the unnecessary things. The unnecessary things in life. The poor people, the average people, master unnecessary things. I remember when we were in secondary school, one thing about people who are coming from poor backgrounds is that we put so much, we see our future. When we were in secondary school, you saw the people who were not playing with education at all. Majority of us, because your family, your background is tough, you want a different future for your life. You were not playing. So I remember some of our friends would just go and carry a bucket full of water, put their legs into it, and they will be in the classroom studying all night. Why? Because they did not want to waste their time. They wanted to master the things that will make them pass the exam. And they had to do everything that they had to do. The people who thought were from some well-to-do families were not that much worried. Majority of them were not that worried. Why? Because they thought that their families were rich. And so in life, it's important that we decide the things that are needful, that are necessary for us to get to the future that we want. And so you see that poor countries, poor companies become experts on things that are not necessary. Those who succeed focus on the things that are necessary for themselves, for them to succeed. So some people are so much petty in this life. At the personal level, some people are so much petty. They will fight everybody. They are very inquisitive. They get into people's personal issues. They don't, you can decide in this life to fight at the goal level, at the achievement level, at the productivity level, or you can decide to fight at the personal level where you are picky, you are petty. You see somebody's shoe, or somebody was going somewhere, they didn't greet you, you become offended. Unnecessary things that will not improve your life. You can master those. And so you are the one guy in the village, you know everything about everybody, and what you know has no consequences on the future that you want to create. You have mastered unnecessary information. Yes, you have mastered something. If there's anybody asks you anything at all in the village, but the things that you have spent your life to know will not help you to get over the difficulties that you have in your life. And so just as the village guy, most people master things that will not change the narratives. So they become personal, they become fear-driven, they are over-worried about things that are not necessary, they're jealous of some people, they master the past, and they dwell so much on their negatives, on the mistakes. Some people, this is what they master. They master the worries, they master the negativity, they are fear-driven, they are very negative, they are very pessimistic of life, and they dwell so much on the negatives, the mistakes, the things that did not work. Some people are experts in that. So when you talk to them, you see that they are always saying some things that did not go well. If you focus all your energy and your time mastering those things, you will never live the future that you want to live. The successful future, the bright future, the expanded future that you want. You cannot spend your life mastering the unnecessary things, the worry, the pettiness, the mistakes. If you focus on those, you will never create the future that you want. Some people, even in business, some people master things that nobody wants to pay. You see some young boys, they're very good, they're able to create something, but what they are creating, it's just for, there's no demand for it, there's no market for it. You don't spend all your life building something that nobody needs. You build something that is needful, that people are ready to pay for. So don't master anything that has no future, because time will dissipate time. You spend time, it's going. The last time we were 10, now you are 30, now you are 50, now you are 60. It's being spent like that. So if you spend all your life mastering the things that will not create the future that you want, that's it. It means that you will live wasteful life. So most people who are not successful at anything is because they did not focus on the things that they had to focus on. You are not successful. Let's say you are not successful at what you're doing. You are broke all the time. You don't have much money, and yet your gift is going to parties, movies, watching games. You are focused. You focus on occasions. Every party in the city, every funeral, you are there. This WhatsApp that has come. You have groups. Maybe your primary school mates, you form a WhatsApp group. Your secondary school mate, you have a WhatsApp group. Your university class, maybe your church group, you have a WhatsApp group. Your choir group, these days, some of them, the kind of message that they are putting there every day, you wonder. Some of them want to, especially the secondary school people, they want to meet at every weekend. To go and drink and go for funerals. No, you cannot master that. We cannot live in that. You want to expand your network. You want to expand the things that you can leverage in the future. So people can master something. They master a network, but what is the effect? So they go to drink, they go for funerals, they go for parties. No, that's not the future that you want to create. The future you want to create, you want the people who have been in the future, or the people who are going into that future. So if you want to master something, master the things that will create the future that you want. If I want to master something, I want to master the things that are creating the future that I want. So some people, you see the social media, the YouTube, the WhatsApp, the Facebook. People can be occupied with all the trivialities. The things that have the gossips, the so-called celebrity. I don't know if you have celebrity in Ghana anyway, because some people celebrate. I don't know what they call celebrity. Is it because they put one camera on them or what? I don't know. But because some people celebrity, and some young people, that is the only information that they want. So this man went here, this man married here, this man broke here, this man went to pick a gun here. Those are the only information that they want to master. You are not going to create. Your colleagues somewhere are producing products. They are building businesses. They are building organizations. They are building NGOs. And you are here. You want to look at Nollywood celebrities, Ghana movie celebrities. You are looking at all the singers and what they do and where they go, who they marry, who they dated, who they divorce. You cannot master that and create the future that you want. No. You can't master that. So the social media is good if it's a tool, it's a neutral tool. You can use it to create something which can change your business or the things that you are good at. It's a free media that can get to thousands of people. That is if you know what to use it for. Or you can also get all kind of nonsense that will not change anything about your life. So it's what do you want? What do you want? So you master the necessary things. Don't master the unnecessary things. The unnecessary things that you go to here, you check, hey, this man went here, this man. It's not going to change the future that you want. What do you want to become? You focus on that area of your life. So mastering, some people are also, very much tribal and racial. They master that. So I remember when we were somewhere, somebody asked me, are you this kind of tribe? And I couldn't put my head around it. That you will meet somebody and ask him, are you this? And you don't even ask the person's name. Why? Because from where he's coming from, he's looking for this kind of people. So that is something that he has spent all his life to master. Instead of him looking at somebody and say, this is what the person is good at, I want to tap it, or I don't want, you want to build network, not based on your tribe or your race. But some people have spent all their life looking for their tribe mate to do business with, or to move with, to form friendship with, because that is the only thing that they have mastered. So some people also master holidays and vacations and and things like that, outdoors, weddings. Don't master that if you have not created the future that you want, if you have not set the tone, if you have not found the thread to that future. Why are you going for holidays? What for? Your financial targets, what you want to have, you don't have it. The business that you want to build, you have not been able to build it. The career that you want to, where you want to go, you are not proud of it. You are not there. And yet, the little money that you have, every day you carry all your family, you go to here for holiday. You are mastering something that you will regret when you are in your retirement. When you are at the most critical time of your life, you will not have enough finances to hold the livelihood or the lifestyle that you have. Because people all their lives can master unnecessary things. Unnecessary. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Unnecessary things. So they go for holiday, and in Ghana, for instance, some people, because they deny us visa and things like that. When people get visa, they're very much happy, and they want to go to Dubai, they want to go to China for holiday, they want to go to here, and they don't even know what they are doing with their life. The job that they are doing, they are not even the best there. But they can still go and, have time every year traveling. No. Yeah, I think that if any people should be traveling and be vacationing, it should not be us. We have a lot of troubles. But you can see that there is a clear divide between the people who seem to have some kind of finances on our continent and the masses who don't have anything. Now, the few who have something have conditioned their mind as if we live in a developed country or a developed continent. So, they live their life like, the rest of the people is not their business. Why? Because they have mastered the unnecessary things. The unnecessary things are that, the cars, the houses, the vacation, and they think that maybe they are in the 10, 20, 30%, but the majority of the people are still struggling every day. And we seem to be separate from the pain of the masses. Why? Because we have mastered the unnecessary things. We have mastered just our family and how we go to school. We have mastered the vacations. We have mastered, the business that we have. We have mastered the little successes, and we believe in them. So mastering. Some people have also mastered how to, their party is in power. So they know every minister, they know every CEO of a government agency, they know the president's office, they know all those. They don't focus on becoming something, but they have that kind of thing around them, and they think that they can create that future just by knowing them. No. You build yourself so that when you meet them, they will know the value that you bring. But if you are just following politics, and that's why when they were choosing all these people to hold critical positions, they will not just choose you because you follow them. They will choose you because you have something that you can offer. Something so that when they give you something, you can do it. And so, master the necessary things, not the unnecessary things. The poor, the average people, they master unnecessary things. And it's so everywhere. So you see people, comedy everywhere. You watch, you go to social media, you see us, not only Africans. I think the poor, I will not even put in terms of continent. The poor, the average around the world, their focus is on trivialities. But they can also make the same decision to shift and focus on the things that will change their life. So don't master trying to please everyone. If you set a goal for yourself to become something with your life, don't try to please everyone. Not everyone will be happy with you. Not everyone will be welcoming you. Not everyone will sing your praise. Not everyone will be positive towards the things that you set for yourself. So don't waste all your time trying to please everybody. It's not necessary. Just make sure that you're doing the right things that you have to do towards your goals. And make sure that you are not hurting people. But you cannot try to get everybody happy, especially when you're doing the good thing. Some people say that, you don't have to get everybody happy, but what you're doing is wrong. If what you're doing is wrong, then people have the right to say something, and you should have to listen and look at the things that you're doing if they're right. But some other people are doing things that are not hurting anybody. They are trying to push their life forward, but as usual, somebody else will not be happy because you are trying to build your life. Don't master pleasing those kind of people. Master the future that you want to create. Don't master procrastination. Don't put things that are critical on hold. If there's something that you have to do it urgently, you have to do it. If it's that much important to you and you have to make sure it's finished, you have to just make sure it's finished. So it's completed, make sure that you work towards it. It is completed. Don't master things that don't master procrastination. Don't become an expert as a person. You are known as somebody who always puts things on hold. It's dangerous. Your future will not be the one that you want, because people who are successful master how to get things done, and done well, and done on time. And so let's master the things that are very much important, the things that are pertinent to the future that we want, the things that are very much critically needed for the future that you want. So don't be not being organized. Don't master not being organized. Some people are just scattered mentally and even physically. Everything around them is out of shape, out of order. Don't master that. Don't become that kind of person who cannot put things together. You can't put your thoughts together. You can't hold things together. You can't hold your thinking together. You can't hold a lot of things together. Don't master that, and don't say that me, I'm not that organized. No. If you are not organized, you can't go to the next stage. If you're not able to put some things together and see a pattern, you can't go to the next stage. So don't just leave things as they are, And the other thing is, if you're going to build a business, for instance, you can't do everything by yourself. Some people pride themselves to say that, I'll do everything that I have to do in my business. I have to make sure that I am the one doing everything, every part of the work. I do it. You can just be somebody who has some trading. You have a job for yourself. But if you're going to build a business, you cannot master controlling everything by yourself, doing everything by yourself. You would want to master rather how to work with people, how to bring in talents and expertise, how to work with team. So some people are just mastering controlling everything. That is unnecessary. If you're going to build anything, even if it's not business, any organization, even if you're head of any institution, if you just master how you have to be there to do everything by yourself and control and micromanage everybody, that is a bad thing that you're mastering. It has no future. It has no future. And people do that out of the fear that things will not go rightly. Yes, if things don't go rightly, you are the leader, they will come for you. But you cannot also get things to go rightly if you are not bringing in expertise, people who know what to do, what where. So if you would not want to master something, it will be that with which you want to do everything all by yourself, or you want to control everything that moves around you. It's unnecessary. Even God has let people to control some things. So your future, the future of your business, the future of the organization that you want to build will be much limited if you try to control everything. You are mistrustful. You don't believe in anybody at all. You don't want to leave anything with anybody. You have to be there for it to be done. You have to be there to sanction everything. You will be limited. And so don't master that side. Master the one that you can manage more people. You can handle more people. You can trust. You can build a team. You can manage people. You can lead. That is something that you would have to master. And master how to help people. Don't be the one who you will say that me, I don't get involved in helping people by heart. It's only by myself. That's something that you don't want to master. You would want to master something that you become benevolent. You help people. If there's something within your domain, you'll be the one to say that can be of help. I'll do it. So don't master things that you become greedy. You don't help anybody. Don't master that. You don't need that kind of attitude. And a lot of people are just like that. It has to be them, or it has to be their family. Any other person, they don't want to worry about it at all. It's something which is unnecessary. You don't master that kind of thing. You rather master the one that you can help a lot of people. So and if you want to look at something at all, you also want to master being an entrepreneur. Master that. It's a process, it's a thinking, it's a mental state, it's a skill development. Don't waste your time trying to master the unemployment. Don't become the president of Ghana Unemployment Association. You don't need that. It's not necessary. Don't master that. Master becoming something. Master becoming a creator. Building a business. Building an organization. Becoming the reason that something came into existence. That's what you want to master. Don't become a master of the secretary of Ghana Association of Graduate Unemployed Graduates. That's not necessary. You don't need to spend 1 week of your life trying to do that. Nobody will listen to you. People don't want to listen to people who have problems. They want to listen to people who have solutions. Okay, so you should rather turn the name of the organization to say the Association of Graduate Entrepreneurs, Job Creators, something like that. Then people will just listen to you. But you master the things that are necessary, because your life is being lived every minute. Don't waste all your life trying to look for something else. Master the things that are very much critical to the future that you want. So train daily. Master the training. Master the video. Master the books. Put audio around you. Master that. Your mind is always getting new information. Master those things that are developing you all the time. People we all want to become something. We all want to build something. We all want to become professionals. We all want to become successful. But that which is going to be responsible is the ambience, is the environment that we have created. And so you are always listening to something. That which you are building. For instance, if you're an entrepreneur, you're always listening to something. Listening, studying, buying a book, reading a book, audio. You are not the one opening. You get up early in the morning, you are listening to Peace FM. Mind Cassible, those things. Not in the morning. Maybe you just need about 30 or something minutes to brush whatever is happening in the country. But majority of the time, most of the time, you are reading, you are studying about your craft. 90% of your time, 90% of the information that is coming to you is that. It's unnecessary, if you're a business person, to be wasting all your life listening to sports commentary, watching movies, listening to political talk shows, all these comedies every time. You're wasting your time. You are not building the leverage. And knowledge is leverage. So the best leverage is knowledge. And so if all 24 hours that you have, 18 of them should be some things that are upgrading your knowledge constantly. Every day you are listening to something, a tape. You are listening, you are watching a video. On training, what is it that you want to train on? You train on the finances, you train on the sales, you train on the project development, you train on the process development, you train on the system that your business you have, you train on the people management, strategic thinking, setting the vision, the training models that you have to have, looking at your economy, studying the patterns, those things that you are constantly training. It's unnecessary for you to all the time. Every day you get up in the morning, you say that you are building business and you're not training. You're not mastering the things that you need for the things that you're committed to work. So your friend comes to you, they want to go and drink beer, then you jump, you go. The other one comes to you, say, let's go for all night, and then you are there, you go. Another one comes to you, let's go for funeral, you are there. The next day, my sister is doing wedding, my brother's friend is doing outdoor, and let's go, you go. You are just mastering things, you're wasting your time on things that will not help the future. And then when the future comes, you look back and say that, I didn't expect this. What didn't you expect it? Because the future is as predictable as what you're doing today. What I'm doing today is what I'm going to become. I'm not studying medicine, so there's no way I'm going to become a doctor in the future. If I want to become a doctor, I have to go and study medicine. I'm not studying law now, so there's no way I'm going to become a lawyer. So whatever that we are training, that's what we are becoming. So if you're spending all your life mastering the unnecessary things, then your life will become unnecessary. If I'm spending all my life mastering the unnecessary things, then my life will become unnecessary. So you limit. Am I saying that there's no place for social involvement? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you have 100, maybe just 2. If you have 100 minutes, just 2 or 5 minutes should be used for those things. The rest, you want to make sure you master the future that you want. You want to make sure like that. Of course, when you start to focus your life, when you want to master the future, when you want to master the necessary things that will create the future, people will talk. But whether you're doing something or you're not doing anything, people will talk. So it doesn't really matter who is talking. They will talk. They will criticize you. They will talk badly against you. They will insult you. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. Just focus the one that you think are necessary for the future that you want to create. So people are so much committed to comedy. Comedy. Everywhere is comedy, and it's amazing that if 90% of your mind, if 99% of your mind is committed to comedy, and you wonder why your life has not improved, you wonder why your career is stalled, you wonder why your business is struggling, you wonder why your finances are out of shape, you wonder why your relationships are, because you are not spending time on the things that are necessary. Just comedy. And if you look at poor people, I can tell you that we have the poor have a lot of time on the unnecessary things in life. So when you go there and you don't greet them, that will become 10-year fight with you. Because you are passing there and you were standing there and you didn't greet him. You were in your car, you just passed there, you didn't greet him. That is a fight. Why? Because they have measured the unnecessary things. They have just mastered the things that they don't need. You are poor. You're struggling to pay your rent or build a house or pay your children's school fees, pay the things when you don't have, you don't have. And instead of you to do the things that will change the situation, you're rather fighting somebody who didn't greet you, who didn't talk well to you, somebody who didn't come for the funeral. You cannot master those things and change your current situation. And so you look at the Africans, you have mastered the very much unnecessary things, you see. So when they are playing football, we are very happy, we talk. But when they are doing the innovation and the technology conferences and the things that are creating the future, you don't invite the Africans. Because the Africans have not mastered the things that are creating the future. When they want to go to the space, I don't think they invite us. When they want to play football, they call us, we go. When they want to run, they call us, we go. When they want to talk about things that are of the poor, they invite us. But when they are talking of things that are creating the future, they want to go to Mars, they want to build rockets, they want to do this, they don't invite us. Why? Because we have not focused on the things that are creating the future. We have just mastered the things that are unnecessary. So the comedy, the dancing, the pettiness, the political talks. So you can see somebody who is an expert on radio, he talks about almost everything. He knows everything. And he has done that for 20 years. No results. Because the poor people, the poor countries, the poor companies, they focus on things that don't create the future. So if we want the thing to change, then we just have to change. They're not mastering the unnecessary. And we all know what is unnecessary. When it's just about jokes and dancing and drumming, they are unnecessary. We cannot spend 90% of our time mastering those things. We should be spending 90% of our time on creative thinking, on the future that we want, on the prosperity that we want to create, on the businesses that we want to build, gathering the information, gathering the knowledge. So people are petty all their life. Some friend will not call them one day and they become angry forever. They're petty. They don't use their energy for the things that they want to see in their lives. So they become pain because you didn't call him. They become pain because you disagree with him. They become pain because you didn't say that is nice. No. If you want to create the future, if you want to build something, you focus on the things that bring results. So a lot of the people in the world, not only here though, that's why the politicians who are not good leaders, they master the populist, the way they appeal to the masses. So they do the things that the masses want, because the masses master unnecessary things. So, for instance, he's eating and then he will take the picture and put it on Facebook. He will go and see this musician and take a picture with him and put it on Facebook. Why? Because he knows that those are the things that the people want. Instead of him creating the future of the country, he will master those unnecessary things. Those are not leaders. Those are just people who are there to feed themselves. So they master. Those who want to create something, they go through the pain to master the necessary things that the country would have to endure, the country would have to know, so that we can get to the future that we want. So if you see any group of people, any country, any continent, any person, any organization that is poor because they did not master the things that were necessary. They did not master. And so after a while, we cannot blame anybody for the results that we see. The results will be reflecting or reflective of the things that were necessary that we so much focus on. so if you focus on the unnecessary things, yeah, that's what we become. We become unnecessary. So if you want to build a business, for instance, same. You focus on the things that are needed. There are things that have future. You build a business that has future. You build products that are needed. You build the things that people will be ready to pay for. You build the business. If you want to, no matter how much, let's say, okay, maybe laptop, for instance. Maybe your hard drive has 2 gig capacity. But the data that you want to put on that hard drive is 50 gig. No matter what you do, the 50 gig cannot go on the 20 gig, on the 2 gig. What it means is that where you want to go, the vehicle that has to take you there, you should know which vehicle can take you there. And so if this business that you're doing has no future, don't master that business. And now you see a lot of young people mastering. Yes, they have the intention to build business. They want to own something, and they are trying. But the kind of business that they have chosen, you can see that there's no future. If they are using that just to learn, maybe we can allow that. But if you want to build something that can dominate and that can expand, then you should look at the area of business that you're going to do. So don't waste all your time mastering something that has no future. You see a lot of the young girls now, they say they are makeup artists. You want to do business, master the good ones. Makeup artists. And all of them are doing that. So how many people would you make up? So master things that I know a lot of these young boys are now photography or something like that. No, master things. There are opportunities in agriculture, in processing, the opportunities in agric alone has many opportunities, 1,001 opportunities. Why waste your time trying to do things that the future does not need? You don't need that. A lot of the things that the boys are mastering in the country, in the cities especially, are not needful. And so you will see that after a while, they will stop, they'll give up. Because the future, the vehicle that you took will not be able to take you to the future that you want. So you are just mastering the unnecessary. It is not necessary. You should rather go through the pain and build an expertise in a business that has future. And yourself, our ability to predict a business that has a future will show the success that we will have in the future. And so we can spend 10 years doing a business that has no relevance, has no future. But human beings as they are, we can become very much stubborn. You see somebody who is he goes through the town and try to cut people's nails and stuff like that. What are you going to become with that kind of thing? You're just wasting your time. Or you are a shoemaker, you move from everywhere there's no future for that, or the people who are chasing politicians for all the contract, there's no future for that. It's not business. You just need a contract. And there's a big difference between getting a contract from a politician, and there's a whole difference when you are building a business which runs on your innovation, on your creativity, on your leadership, on your management, on the way you see how business is run. There's a big difference. And majority of us in Africa, what we think is business is getting a connection from a minister or from a friend. He gives you a project and you think that you have a business. That is not a business. You have no clue. You're just running a project. And when you finish, you get some money, you buy a car, you build a house. That is not a business at all. And so there's a whole range of businesses that we don't understand. The things that create the products that these Chinese are producing. It's not contract from government. They're just using creativity. They sit down to look at something, or they just look at an existing product and say that, listen, I think I can do this cheaper than what is on the market, or I think I can change this. That is where the necessary mastery must be. That's where the people that we call entrepreneurs, the businessmen and women, that is where we have to use our head. That the business that you're building is coming out of your creativity. You are becoming skilled every day in what you're doing, in the processes. You're mastering every component of business. In that case, you're building something. It's necessary. But if you're just chasing one DC to the other, paying money to connection men, taking 10% from you, and you're looking for project, that is not a business. You are just looking for a project. There is no future for that. There is no future. There is no future. You waste all your time. And that's why you can see somebody say, oh, this man was a contractor. Then after 20 years, you look at him, he has nothing. And the thing about it that I hate or I don't like is that because they spent all their life building something that was unnecessary, they don't even know how business is structured, how business is set, and how business is developed. Because what they focus on was not business. They just focus on something to get money. Or for instance, somebody who just looks at any product and just go and bring it and sell it and get money and go on. No, that is not business. That is not business. A business is a system. It's a vision with a lot of components. And it's not just a job for yourself. So your leverage, you should know the leverage that you have in terms of the business. What ideas do you have that are unique with you, that you can develop and train people and build systems and structures around them? That becomes a business. That in that way, it can be replicated without you being present. It can be developed everywhere, and you don't even have to cut a lot of corners for it to work, because it's coming out of your ingenuity, out of your creativity, and it's solving problems that the society needs. If you go to pay bribe to get that job, what problem are you solving? Nothing. And what ingenuity are you putting in? Nothing. The only thing that is driving you there is what? Is the money. So if you have an engineering firm or a construction firm, what is it that is special that they can jump the other company and bring it to you without you chasing them to pay bribe and meet all these politicians and all these government agencies? If that's the kind of business that you think you're doing, there's no business at all. That's just you just have contract somewhere, and you're not becoming better. You're not growing in scale. You're not developing anything. And so after a while, you see that you just have a house and a car. And when difficulties of life hit you, you will not be able to get back up because you didn't develop anything. You just followed people for contract. And that is not the best way to become an entrepreneur. If you want to build business, sweat, use your head, think. Master something, master a product, master a process. Build something with your expertise. Something that people can say that this man has built this business. And a lot of the things that we say, oh, because my friend said that we should come, he will give us a contract. That's not business. That's just a contract. A contract is what some businesses do. But doing contract does not mean you have a business. So like going to bring some product somewhere, come and sell it, that is not a business, it's just trading. If you're not able to build systems that will be, models that are unique with you, you will not have a business. And so you will sweat all your life. You go up, down, you go up, down, you go up, down. And then you start to complain that you have done this and all your life you're not successful. And that's why the preachers will come and tell you that all your life you have been up and down because there's a demon somewhere chasing you. No, it's because you did not understand what they call business and how it is founded, how it is structured for growth. For sustainability. You didn't understand it. So you are one hand opposite the other. So what you were calling business, and you were thought that because money was coming in because you were doing business, that is not necessarily so. The business is a system, it's a structure. And you study it well. So you were just mastering the unnecessary. And the unnecessary was that you were just chasing people for projects. You were just chasing people for something. So when you saw that this product goes, you just go and bring them and sell them for profit, and you keep them. And you have to be there to do everything. That is not a business. You don't understand it. A business is an idea that evolves. It's a vision that you're building to solve problems, some kind of problem. And you come in with with a better leverage of building something that is unique from the other one. So if you look ShopRite, they have a business. Why? Because there's a system that they have tried and it's unique with them. They try to let people bring a lot of product and they retail it to people. They don't have to be here. They are in a lot of African countries. The owner is somewhere. You can see that they have systems that are running it. Now the other man, the other lady on the street, or the other young guy on the street with a provision shop, just goes to town, bring them, put them there, that's it, and she has to be there, or the son has to be there. That is not a business yet. That is just a shop. So the moment you start to think systematically, structurally, then you start to think in terms of business. So it's a whole world apart. So the man at the provision shop will spend 20 years of his life trying to master something that they did not even understand. And then when there's a tragedy, they say that, oh, we work all our life and we lost everything. You lost everything because you did not master what was necessary. You didn't master the business. You just mastered trading. And trading is a whole different from you building the business. And so some people also master going to chase politicians for jobs. Don't master that. Rather master building a structure, building a business. If you have to get contract from politicians, they will rather come to you and look for you because of what you can offer. They know that you are the one who can build the structure, quality, and the budget on time. It's something that is unique with you. You have that leverage, you have that system, your business is noted for that. That becomes a business. So they can count on you. So they look through everybody and say, this one can do this. That then is a business. Because you have structures, you have systems. If you are able to build under budget, build on time, build quality, there's something that you know. And obviously it's not you alone who are there. So a lot of people will be there to do that. That then becomes a business. So if it has to be around you all the time and there's nobody involved, you just have something that you call business. It's not business, and therefore you are focusing on the unnecessary. You should rather master the processes, master the system, master the thinking, master the vision, master the skill development. Then you'll be building a business. So don't spend your life trying to master the unnecessary things. So a lot of people will just master. If you are broke, you don't have any money, yet everywhere then you are there. Every church service you are there. Every party you are there. They are going for movies, you are there. Games, you are there. Sports stadium, you are number one to be there. You are mastering the unnecessary things in your life. You are 40 years now, you still talk secondary school conversations all the time. No, you have mastered things that you didn't need. You should be conversing at this level, higher level. Your friends should be improving. So my name is Kwabena. I have tried to talk about mastering. Don't master the unnecessary. And I'm trying to wrap up. Don't master the unnecessary. Don't master the unnecessary. A lot of people spend all their life mastering things that are not necessary. They master the school. They master their job. They don't look at the financial freedom. They don't look at what they can do significantly with their lives. They don't look at the poverty that they can solve. They don't look at the product they can develop. They don't look at the business that they can build. They don't look at the people that they can help. They don't look at the things that they can do to make society better. Because they focus on the unnecessary. Then when they get to their retirement, they look back their life and they feel empty because they focus on the unnecessary. So don't focus all your life on the unnecessary. Make your life relevant. Make your life relevant. And never underestimate what you have to use every day to train yourself. Train yourself. Commit to books reading. Commit to watching things that will develop the knowledge, the skill that you need for what you're doing. And if you're an entrepreneur, you have to constantly be listening to something. Let the voice of the positive, let the voice of the expertise that you need drown the negatives. Let it be ocean. So your mind is always processing those things. Your mind is not hearing all the negatives. Once in a while they will cross your mind, but a lot of your mind, a lot of your time, you are listening to things that are building you, that are making you strong. And that's why you become strong, because you focus on the necessary. Now, if you focus on the unnecessary, you become weak continuously. Become weak. Become weak. It's like somebody who's eating popcorn all the time. Yes, you're eating, you're busy, but you're not building anything. Or somebody who's on the treadmill, thinking that he's traveling. You're not. You're just standing there. You're not going anywhere. So you master the things that are necessary. So get organized. Get organized. Organize your business. Organize your life. Organize everything that has to do with your life. Let people see that you're improving, and organize your thoughts, your knowledge. And be on time. Get organized. Be on time. Master how to master the time. Master that. Master that. I don't know how you're going to do that, but we all have 24 hours, so you master that. And master being able to work with people. You don't have to control everything. You don't have to do everything. It's unnecessary for you to master that you have to be there, control everything. You don't trust anybody. It's unnecessary. You can't do it much with your life. At a point, somebody would have to be trusted. No matter how many times people have cheated you, you will have to learn how to do things with people. And you would have to learn how to help people as well. Master that. Don't master the greed. Don't become somebody who's stingy. And master being able to have your finances under control. And if you're an entrepreneur, master the sales, master the project management, master the finances, master the thinking, master the team, master your business. Focus on that. Don't you have a business you're building and you're not mastering those. You're rather mastering the football, the commentary, the politics. No, you meet somebody who's doing business and the first word he's talking about is politics and this and this and this and this, and the business terms he has no clue what they mean. You are wasting your time. You are not becoming strong, and the future will be terrible. The future will not be good. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. My manager, my madam, has said that I should not be doing so many hours. So thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.